Good day, everyone! Our lesson for today is about balancing equations. Our objective is to balance the equation between reactors. What is a chemical equation? When a chemical reaction occurs between solutions, it can be described by an equation. Chemical equation is a condensed statement of illustrating a chemical reaction. Chemical reaction has two parts, the reactants and the products. Reactants are chemicals that react. It is on the left side. Products are chemicals that are produced. It is on the right side. The two sides are separated by an arrow that shows what is yielded from the reactants. Law of conservation of mass states that mass is conserved in a chemical reaction. The total mass of the reactants is equal to the total mass of the products. No new atoms are created or destroyed. There was only grouping or regrouping or arrangement of atoms. The next activity reinforces your knowledge in the law of conservation of mass by balancing the chemical equations involving the chemical reactions. How to balance a chemical equation in a chemical reaction such as this? Step 1. Write out the unbalanced equation in one line with spaces in front of each formula. These spaces are allotted for the coefficient. Comparing the number of hydrogen and oxygen atoms on either side of this equation confirms that it's imbalance. Hydrogen atom in reactants has 2 and 2 atoms in the products, therefore it is balanced. While oxygen atom in the reactants has 1, in the products has 2, therefore it is not balanced. Step 2. Inspect and count each atom in the reactants as well as in the products. Comparing the H and O atoms on either side of this equation confirms that it's imbalance. Check if all atoms are balanced by adding coefficient. We add 2 coefficient in water, therefore we have 2 molecules of water and 1 molecule of hydrogen gas and 1 molecule of oxygen gas, therefore it is unbalanced. Because hydrogen in the reactants has 4 atoms and in the products has 2 atoms, therefore it is not balanced. While oxygen in the reactants has 2 and in the products has 2, therefore it is balanced. The H atom balance was upset by this change, but it is easily reestablished by changing the coefficient for the hydrogen gas product to 2. Therefore, your new equation is you have 2 molecules of water that yields 2 molecules of hydrogen gas and 1 molecule of oxygen gas. Let us check if it is balanced. For the hydrogen atom in the reactants, it has 4. Therefore, it is balanced. Oxygen in the reactants has 2. In the products has 2. Therefore, it is also balanced. In balancing equation, we can balance the equation by looking at what doesn't make sense in the equation. We see first that there are 2 aluminum on the right, so we add 2 to the left. Now that there are same number of aluminum atoms, we see that there's 1 more atom of oxygen on the left. We must find a common factor of 6 on each side by adding 3 on the left and 2 on the right. Now that we have the oxygen balanced, we find that aluminum is not. We must add 2 more aluminum to make it 4. Now you have 4 aluminum atoms on the right and 4 aluminum atoms on the left and 6 oxygen atoms on the right and 6 oxygen atoms on the left. It is balanced. When balancing equations, there are several things you can do. You may never put numbers that alter the formula itself. Don't worry if the numbers turn out to be fractions. You can always double or triple all the numbers at a later stage. Now, I want you to pause this video while balancing the following chemical equations. Now, the balanced chemical equations are 4 molecules of hydrogen gas plus 1 molecule of oxygen gas yield 2 molecules of water. And for the second equation, 2 atoms of iron plus 1 molecule of oxygen gas yield 2 molecules of iron oxide. Sometimes, it's better to react with no reactions. That's all. Happy weekend, everyone.